A night meant for music, memories, and community turned horrifying when a shocking and savage attack unfolded in the heart of downtown Cincinnati. It was just past 10 p.m. on July 26th, during the final night of the Cincinnati Music Festival, when chaos broke out at the corner of West 4th and Elm Streets. Just steps away from a Reds home game and amidst thousands of festival-goers, a man was repeatedly kicked and punched in the head, left disoriented and collapsing onto the pavement. And as a woman tried to check on him, she was sucker-punched by another man. Blood streaming from her mouth, she fell motionless to the ground. The incident reportedly began as a verbal altercation, but escalated into brutal street violence. Police Chief Terry Thiege called the behavior cruel and absolutely unacceptable, and launched a full investigation. The Cincinnati Fraternal Order of Police described the attackers as violent thugs, but also blasted the bystanders, not for intervening, but for filming instead of calling 911. Online chatter quickly turned to race. The victims appeared white, the attackers black. But police are steering clear of racial assumptions, focusing instead on identifying all involved. Cincinnati's leadership is facing heat. State Rep Cecil Thomas called the attack stomach-turning and urged the community to turn in footage and demand prosecution. Mayoral candidate Corey Bowman, J.D. Vance's half-brother, blamed city mismanagement, calling it trickle-down incompetence. And Vivek Ramaswamy, Republican candidate for Ohio governor, weighed in too. The man and woman's identities remain unknown. Investigators are analyzing surveillance and cell phone footage, asking anyone with information to contact Crime Stoppers. As the city reels, one thing is clear: this was no random act. It's a wake-up call for community, law enforcement, and leadership, and Cincinnati is watching.
Hi everyone, this is Billy REL Real Life. I'm coming to you from inside the Resistance Studio. And yes, the team numbers are here. It's crowded, but we all have gathered together. We were given a video of an incident that happened in Cincinnati, Ohio at the Jazz Festival, and how people came from afar off. They wanted to to be entertained by this jazz festival. Well, I guess after it happened, and it could have happened before it, the jazz festival, there was a big brawl that took place between Black people and 2 or 3 white people. And we don't know what was said from the white people to the Blacks, or to the Blacks from the Blacks to the whites. We don't know actually what was said. But from the video that we have seen, I mean, these Black people beat the hell out of this white man and his wife. They were brutally beaten. And we were told that at the initial start of it, the white man came up to this Black man and slapped him. Well, where's the video? We have not seen the video of that. We're only going by what those that were there are saying, and not everyone is saying this, but a certain handful of people are saying that it started because the white man came up and he slapped the Black man, the Black brother, and so we all went crazy. Well, Billy RL Real Life, I want to state once again, and I've stated this many times before, of our team, the Resistance team, we have 350 team members, and they are all from different races, and we all get along together because we respect each other. We know not to step on anyone's toes. We talk about how we feel and what we like and what we don't like. We get along. But to see the thing that we saw on this videotape, it's terrible. It's really terrible how this white man and his wife, who we suppose that it was his wife, and how they were beaten down like filthy animals. And then the white woman, she's laying on the ground with her dress pulled up. You could see her undergarments and blood coming out of her mouth, her nose, and her eyes is swollen up. You could tell from what we all could see that they had given her a black eye, and she's laying there. Her hair is spread out in so many different directions, and then this white man, he was, beaten upon. And one incident of the videotape that we were given, there was a black woman who had high heels on, and she took her foot and smashed it down into the white man's face head while he was laying on the ground. When I go to IL and the team we're here to take it, that was ridiculous. That did not have to be. You see, you have to understand why there is a division. Number 47 wants there to be division. You want to rely on the white people. The white people want to rely on the black people instead of relying on each other. What you're doing is that you're falling apart. Now, I will say this many times, team members of the resistance team, we have encountered anger and frustration and things from other races of people. The incident, I say, what happened to me, happened to Katrina, happened to our advisor, happened to Tabitha is the enforcer, happened to Lewis. Lewis is a black man. Happened to Alex and the rest of the team members. But what we do is this: when someone comes up to our faces, we stand back and we'll say these. And listen, the best thing for you all to do is to go ahead, and we try to divert the attention to someplace else. And then we'll walk away. Then that person will come up to us again and try to get a reaction from us with it was in my situation in particular, and I'll turn around and say, listen, talk just as nice as I can. Listen, let's not do it this way. Just go ahead and mind your business, and I'm going to go ahead and mind my business. We don't want it to happen this way. And then they will come, and then once they put their hands on me or whoever that's a part of the team, after we have tried to talk nicely to get out of the situation, and they come and try, then that's when shit hit the fan. You see, but just mere words, we walk away. We don't just walk away. We try to analyze the situation. Listen, it don't have to be like this. If I hurt you some way, I'm sorry. But the best thing for you to do is to walk away, and I'm gonna walk away, and we're gonna forget about this. And then once they pursue, then we put them on the ground. And it's not everybody jumping on one person. It's that one person and that one person. But now there's a group of them, and after we have explained to them, then listen, it doesn't have to end like that. It have to be like this. Then that's when the whole team will get together and beat the shit out of whoever that has come against us. You see, because it's better to talk down than to get in a fight. Now, the many times that the team we have gotten in fights with white people, Asian people, this sort of thing, because we know what we're doing. We know that there's no one on our team that has not been trained. We have been trained for years, and a lot of us, our hands, our legs, our feet have been registered. We're not allowed to use our hands, our legs, and our feet unless it's an absolute case of life and death. And just like a gun, you have a gun, you don't use your gun is registered, but you don't use your gun unless you know that your life is on the line. Well, this is the same way with the resistance thing, and that should have been the night that this bro got out. You see, and so when someone said, what the white man came but was slapped him. Where's the video from it? Let's see the video. No one has a video of that whatsoever. And then for this, if this white man did slap this black man, the black brother should have said, you hit me, you slapped me. Now I suggest that you get your ass on about your business, man, before all shit breaks out. And then left it alone. But then when the black brother goes up to try to hit the black man after they're saying that the white man slapped the black brother, then that's when you see that all black people start jumping on this white man. And I mean, taking their shoes and kicking them in the head and hitting them in the face. And one woman, and I have to say, she had heels on, and she took her heel and smashed it down in his face. I don't care which way that you put it, how you look else wrong. And I am for my black brothers, I'm for my black sisters. But right is right and wrong is wrong. That did not have to be. Then I say to you, white people, if you're going to go into a black neighborhood or, uh, you know, a black neighborhood, a black community. Now, the festival, we don't know whether it was in the middle of or whether it was in a white neighborhood. We don't know. But the thing of it is that white people, when you go to a place where it's nothing but black people and you're going to have a drink, sure, you sit down and you have your drink and you lay down high up, you have your drink. Well, drink moderately because you know that you have to come out of that area and go back to your cars or go back to catch the train or the bus or whatever. You know that you're going to entwine with black people. And you know how black people feel about white people today. Not all of them, but certain white people. You know how they feel. So why would you come into a black community, a black neighborhood, and talk smack? Why would you do that? And know that there's no one else around to help you to fight. You see, so we don't actually know if this white man smacked this black man or not. We don't know that because there's no videos showing that. And it's not that Billy R.L. and the resistance team is trying to coincide with this white man, because if he did it, it was wrong. But the thing that we don't understand is that if he did slap a black man, that's where your power comes in. Your power. Listen, brother, you slap me. The best thing for you to do is get your white ass on up out of your net. Because if you do it again, if you come back at me in any kind of way, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And see, and then that as the white man that came back at the the black brother again, then that's the time when you show action. And see, if you could not have prolonged it off a little bit more. And so but to see this video and to see that, I mean, everybody, I mean, it's a wonder that this white man did not die on the scene. All the kicks and the blows to his head and his face, blood all around his face. I don't care. That was wrong. That was completely wrong. It should not have been done. It should not have been done. I don't care if this white man had a said something to you, if he had called you a nigger. You don't have to do that. You see, that's why we, the resistance team, we tell you all, you don't use your power. Because if you had your power, what you would have did, come on, people, let's go. Let's ignore these white whatsoever. But you don't have that power. And what you did, you beat this man to a pulp. And then when his wife or girlfriend, whoever she was to him, when she came over to see if he was all right, then you jumped on her. Not only you black brothers, but you black sisters as well. You jumped on her and beat her down to a pulp. Blood coming out of her mouth, her nose, and evidently somebody must have took their fist or their shoe or something and stomped it in her eye, because on the video it shows that she has a black bruise around her eye. She has a black eye and her hair that's thrown in places. It's wrong, people. It's wrong. And all the females and the males that came up against her and just beat her down, and then she's laying on the ground showing her undergarments. It's wrong. There's no right to what you all did. And then the police department and some of the high dictators, they're going to find out exactly who you are, and they have a way of doing so. Find out who was on the scene there, who participated in the beatings of these two people, and what's going to happen? You're going to jail. And you think that it's going to be a bond posted and you're going to get out? No, I guarantee you that once they find out who you are, those who did the beating and the kicking and all of that, it's not going to be any bond. They're going to make sure that you pay the full penalty. You see, and it didn't have to be. And many times we, the resistance team, started, we told you from the very beginning, trying not to get into any kind of trouble because they are looking for black people to be locked up. It's not only the immigrants, it's not only the Latinos and the Spanish, it's not only those who are immigrants, indeed are immigrants. They're looking for black people like you. And to go over to Alcatraz or to be locked up behind bars and the key is thrown away. The judges are not for you all. Can't you understand that? The judges are with number 47. Whatever number 47 says, it goes. It didn't have to be that way, black brothers and sisters. You brought this on yourselves. And if you had the power, see the power that each of you have inside of you, that power will give you the power enough to refrain. You can take so much. But now, when someone comes to put their hands on you, you still have that power as much as you want to ask. But you still have that power to say, you better back off. You don't want to deal with me. And then walk away. And it's not being a pussy. It's not being what some people call a plump. It's not being any of that. It's just that you have the power to refrain. You see? And so now, let me say this. I'm speaking on the behalf of myself and our entire team. The ones who were really the dummies were the ones who stood around and saw these 2 or 3 people being beaten brutally like a pole. They stood around and they saw it. They had their cameras out taking pictures instead of calling 911, having the fire department, the police department, the ambulance to come and to rescue these people. But you know what they were saying? I'm gonna take pictures because I'm gonna put this on YouTube, TikTok, and whatever. These are our black brothers and sisters, and they kicking their asses. That was wrong. That was wrong. Now suppose, and I will go back and say again, suppose if you people had a killed that white man, had a killed that white woman out there, would you still be right? No. You wouldn't be right? I know. We all know, even the white people here on our team, we all know that white people get on our nerves. That not all of them, but some of them get on our nerves. We all know how white people are trying to take black people back into slavery, and the favoritism and the choosing of the whites over top of the. We all know this, but we still have to get along with these people. We have to get along with them. But to sit there and to stand there to beat and kick and spit and all that kind of stuff on this white man and if he said something, it's because the man had, while he was at the jazz festival, if he was able to attend the jazz festival, and if he was able to attend the jazz festival, he sat there, he stood there, laid there, however, and he had a few drinks. And so now tell me something, when you have had drinks, are you the same way that you were before you had it? No. Those drinks, they empower people's minds to say and do anything that they should not say and should not do. This is why alcohol should be cut out. Because alcohol has spirits in them. Spirits. So when that white man came, and if he came to approach the black brother should have known. But this dude is, he been drinking or something and walked away. Every last one of you will be found out. Even those who sit there and took pictures of the brutality of their beating. You can be found out too. Instead, Edward, if you didn't want the black brothers and sisters to find out that you called the cops and 911, what I would have did, I would have walked away to an area where no one knew where I was going and called and say, listen, you better send the cops out here because 2 or 3 white people are being brutally beaten. And no one would have known if you did it discreetly and then walked back to the scene. But no one called the cops. No one called the ambulance. Now, let's reverse this. If this had been black people into a white neighborhood, and let's say the black brother, he had been drinking, he's eating violent opposite under the influence of alcohol, and white people had came and jumped on him like they jumped on this white man, What you all would be beefing. You wouldn't let it rest for nothing in the world. But because it didn't happen to you, you feel that you have the right. This is why, and I will say this is why cops today are brutally beating black people. It's not right, but that's why they're doing it, because it all started with number 47. He gave the authority for white men and women to say and do whatever they want to say and do to black people. And you all know this. You all know this. And so, and with by you all knowing this and using the power that you have within yourself, you'll know how to refrain. And it's not good. Well, she gave them say that to me, and I ain't no punk. But you see, you have to realize once you get caught, you are going behind, and you ain't coming out behind. And I'm telling you, that it's not going to be uh, no, uh, uh, no bond. It's not going to be any bond because they're gonna make sure that you stay behind bars. Is that what you want? And they have ways to find out, getting up close to find out whose faces were there. They got ways of finding it out. Fact, people, we got to do better than this. We have to do better. And here I am for my black people, my black brothers and sisters. Yes, indeed. Even our white team members, they are for their black brothers and sisters. Because on this team, the resistance, they don't look at the fact, well, I'm white and I don't like the man. No, we all are one and one for all. They've been tried and tested to be able to be a team member of the resistance. We ain't gonna have just anybody on our team that think one way and do something else behind closed doors. And that's what we're saying to you all. That was wrong, and how that man and woman were beaten. Or beaten, I mean beaten. It's one thing to get in a fight and you fight with your fist and but they were, his face was stepped on with shoes, kicked in the face, kicked in the mouth, kicked in the head, and the woman with the high heels took her shoe and stomped down on his face. I guarantee you that man was in hell when he came through, or when he, at the hospital, or what have you. It's not funny, people. It's not funny. This is real life shit. And thanks be to the universe, it wasn't a turntable, and it happened to you. And a lot of you may say, well, it did happen to us, and so what? Well, yes, a lot of it did happen to us, but you can't just take an incident that happened 2 months ago to resurface today. You can't do that. And when it did happen to you, the 2 months, 3 months, a year ago, 2 years ago, it was when you were by yourself, by yourself. And I guarantee you that if it had happened to you and you had two or three other people there, it would have never happened. To see blacks are going to stick up for blacks when there's two or three white people come against them. You see how it happened when the KKKs, not so much the KKK, but the neo Nazis, when they came into the black neighborhood, and they came in there to start some shit, but it was enough black men and women. No, we're not going to, and they stopped it before they even got 200 feet. They stopped it. And see, this is what I'm saying, people. This is what the resistance team is saying to each and every one of you out there. We don't like how we're being treated. No, because we know that white people are not our friends. Not all of them, but the majority of them, they're not our friends. We know that they are against us. But when a white person come up to you and they start take this dude is drunk, and you walk away. And you know, it's reframing yourselves. If he come up and slap you, I know it's hard to take. I don't let no white motherfucker slap me. And I know it's hard to take. But you see, you have to be trained mentally. Have to be trained mentally. He slapped me. Brother, you better get the fuck on. And then, and while he walking away, he says so, ignore it. Because you got to think about the after effect. If you go up there and you go to him and you try to beat the shit out of him and they capture your face, you're behind bars. You see? And this man is free. it was sad. We all sat and watched the video of it, the tape of it, the video, and everyone in this studio, even the age, we got able, guess we do. We have Asian team members. They all said, "Oh my God, they make no, they didn't make no, and I guess and stuff like that." And everyone was taken aback. Why didn't he why didn't he just go? And it should have been that way, because what they're talking about now is that they're going to zero in on everybody's face, and on all of you that was there, you're going before a judge, and you could sit up there and say to the judge, "Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it." But see, that's how when you get caught, you become sorry, and you think that the judge is going to appeal to you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean. I'm just a thing of that. No, the judges today are working accordingly with number 47. You ought to know this, because you know why you don't know this, because you you don't do your thorough investigative research, and then you don't fuel up the flame of fire. That's a power that's within you. It's a What we saw was wrong, what was totally wrong. And we do hope that this white man and this white woman will be all right. Billy Ariel, well, you wrong. But no, I'm not wrong in saying this. I'm not wrong. Just like I say about my black brothers and sisters, when we thought when the police stop them in their cars and the police go after them and beat them, but I see, and I've seen many times we team members have come forward and we have condoned the actions of police officers, because right is right and wrong is wrong. But what you did to these defenseless white people was totally wrong. And those of you who stood back or stood around and took pictures, videos of it, and didn't say one word or tried to intervene to stop it. Then we found a few that came to the white woman's aid when she was on the ground, trying to aid and help her then. And that same person should have been the one out there calling or dialing 911. As long as black people and white people are thinking the way they're thinking, you're giving number 47 his flowers. He wants separation and division. You know, we're talking about having protests and marches and for one day, 1 week, 2 weeks. But what's the need of having that when knowing darn well how you feel in your heart about white people? What's the need of coming together? What's the need? And I say, and I will say again, they need to ban alcohol, the spirits. They need to ban, because when people get that alcohol, the spirits inside of them, then they'll do and say anything. And that's not only with the black people, that's the white people, the Asian, that whoever is with everybody. You become bold then when you have the spirits within yourselves. That power cannot be fueled up. That power cannot be lit up. For you to know the difference and to take charge of your own self-control. It needs to be stopped. This video is ridiculous. It didn't make any sense. And I will say, and I will say again, I've said many times before, I have white people in my family. I have cousins, I have uncles, I have aunts. Sure, they're not like my black side of my family. But I do have the white people in my family. I've gone to their houses, their homes. I have spent days. I've been fed there, this sort of thing. But I still hold in remembrance when I was out there in the streets and living in the alleys. Where was my family then? Where was my white family then? My mother and father and sisters were all gone. My grandmother were all gone. Where was my white family then? So, yes, I talked in my telephone, but I still hold that remembrance. Where was you when I needed you? You were no place to be found. But you see, the reason why I can cope with them today is because I have my power. I can be able to hold it in, to not let it out, unless I really want it to be used for uh, for progress. to be used for something that my power stands for. I can use my power to or hide my power, I should say, and call every white person in my family a dog, a name, yeah, you wasn't there when I was in the alley living in a box when I wanted food. Where was your? And many times I called you and you act like you wasn't home. Where what? I could use that against him, but I said no because I struggle and look at where I am today. And it came from the aid in the help of my black brothers and sisters. So that's why I say to you all, it's time, it's time to stop this. This was disgusting. But you're going to be found out, black brothers and sisters. And when you're found out, don't sit back and stand up and say, "Well, I ain't do nothing because he called me a name. You just kept calling me nigger, nigger, nigger." But you're so offended by a white person calling you a nigger, but you offended by that. But what did you did? What did this video show? It showed that that's exactly who you were, niggers. It showed exactly who you are because if you're offended by someone calling you a nigger, well then you show that I'm not a nigger. And like I said, don't get me mistaken, don't get me wrong. If someone puts their hand on you repeatedly, and after you have told them, listen, the best thing for you to do is to walk away. Leave me alone. I'm not messing with you. I'm not bothering you. Leave me alone. And they could repeatedly come after you. But then you have to defend yourself by any means necessary. That's what Malcolm X said. Defend yourself by any means necessary. But because this white man, he was an older white man, because there's no video that shows that, but because from what someone said, he snapped the black man, then the whole everybody out there went against him and whooped his ass. So do you deserve a badge of honor? Do you deserve a award? Say that you whooped the white man's ass and then turned around because his wife came to see how, or his girlfriend, whoever she was to him, to find out if he was all right. Then you females and you males to whoop their ass. Maybe the mayor of that city should give you all an award. Wrong is wrong. And that's one thing, the resistance thing we're not going to do. When you're wrong, we're not going to stand up for those who are wrong. We're not going to stand up for it because our motto is the facts and the truth and the knowledge. We are all about speaking the truth in whichever way that we give it. We're all about speaking facts in whichever way it's given. And with those two, you obtain knowledge of right and wrong. And then it all equals power. The power that each and every one of you have, and some of you, you so filled with hatred that you don't fuel that power up to let you know what I'm going to do is wrong, what I'm going to say is wrong. So you rather let it lie low in order to be able to say what you did wrong or said wrong was conjectured for you. It was wrong. It was wrong. And you're playing right into 47's hands. 47's hands. Division and separation. We need our white people. Yes, we do. I'm not talking about every white person on the face of the earth, but the majority of our white brothers and sisters, our white mothers and fathers, our white we need them just like they need us. We can conquer the world with a mighty blow, and we all stood together in unity. We have to ignore what someone says because they called us out of our name, because they said this or said that to us. We have to stand up and ignore it. It's going to be hard, but that's why you have the power. That's why you have the power to be able to stand and ignore a lot of things because that's what they want, whether they are intoxicated or whether they are straight minded. And being straight minded, when they say things to you, you know that what they're saying is actually coming from their hearts because they are straight minded. People, we got to get it together. We got to get it together because it's going to be a lot of you lost just from what you did to this uh, man, white man, and white woman. Because they're going to find you out. And then listening to it, they said that they don't want to make it a racial thing, but that's exactly what it was. You see, you can try to say, well, they making it out of her, and that's what it was. All of these black brothers and sisters on this one white man. If that ain't racism, I don't know what the hell it was. All of these black men and brothers and sisters, and they on this white woman, which how did you call it? It's racism. All of them on one white woman. That's racist. It's no way in the world that you can better describe. It's racist. But you see, the police and the newsmen, they don't want, because they trying to keep it a little down low and unshady, but they have to call it for whatever it is. When we, the team, saw this, and we saw all these, we didn't see one white face on a black person. All these black brothers and sisters, I mean, they were beating the hell out of this white man. How would you call it? What would you call black man, black sisters on this white, and this white man is laying on the ground trying to cover his face. I don't care. We don't care what this white man said to a black brother. We don't care what this white man did to a black brother. It's the sense of walking away. You have to walk away, people. Do you walk away when the cops make you get out the car? Do you walk away when the cops have his hands on his gun? Do you walk away there? No, hell, because you can't. And we are going to call it like it is. Then you wonder why white cops are getting on black people because you bringing it on or putting it upon yourselves. This really needs to stop. But I will say to white people out there, our white brothers and sisters, whether we know you're not, because of what these people did in Ohio, does not speak for every black race of people. Does not speak because we, the resistance team, and many others that are like us, we go out and we help you white people. We don't look at the fact of what your status is. If you need help, we're there. We have it right here on our team. We have been in every home of white people that didn't even, not every, but we have been in homes of white people that the team members didn't even know, and offered us to come in their home to have dinner, offered us to come in their home and play basketball and or go to the court. We didn't know these people. We have to stop. So I say again, white people, white brothers and sisters, whatever status or grade you are in or at, don't blame all black people for what these people in Seattle, Washington, I'm sorry, Cleveland, Ohio, I'm sorry, Cincinnati. I got to get the name because I'm so upfront about this and what they did. Those in that place, that city, that state did. Don't take for granted that all black people are the same. One thing we want you to get it in your head to know for a surety. Now, if you come up to us, we're going to walk away. And we're going to ask you to walk away. Not once, maybe twice. Not twice, maybe a third time. But if you continue to persist upon getting your point across to any black brother or sister after we have insisted, go ahead, Pastor. We're not about this now, and you insist, then that's when we're going to take out our fury. That's when we're going to take the power that's within us and put it aside and come at you. So just don't think that all black people are alike the ones that are in Cincinnati. All black people are not like that. There are a lot of Black people who have patience and tolerance, and we will ask you to move on. Not once or twice, several more times. But it's when you persist, and trying to prove your point by putting your hands totally on us. That's when we are going to use our weapons. And I'm not talking about weapons or guns. We're going to use our weapons. So that's it. We hope that whoever is involved in trying to find out these people who they are, we hope that you will find out exactly who they are and what they're all about. Because is wrong and right is right. Find them out. And we say once and we say again, we hope that this man and his wife or girlfriend, whoever she was to him, we hope that they will be all right. And we just hope that things are settled. And we hope that not only those who beat upon this white man and a white woman, we hope that they will find out all of those who took pictures and didn't call 911. We hope that they are found out as well. Because enough is enough, people. Now, to make the ending of what I have to say is this, that you can say what you will and may say about Billy Ariel and her team. I don't give a good hot dog. But I and the team, we're going to stay on the facts and the truth. We're not going to come forward because it's our Black brothers and sisters and sugarcoat and say that what they did was right. We're not going to do this. We have never done it, and we are not going to start doing it. If you're wrong, you're wrong. And especially if we know the reason why you did it. We don't care if this man snapped your face or however. There's no video showing that. But if he did, it still was wrong for 15, 20 people to jump on him like you all did. So you can say what you will, basically. You come forward with negative comments, we're going to delete them. Because we don't have time for that. See, we're not just regular, everyday people that go around and listen to this kind of bullshit, negative comments. So, we welcome the feedback, good feedback. But if you come forward with negative comments, we will zap them off. See, because we can stand up and take the shit. You can call us out of our names. You can call us every name from A to Z. We can stand up and take it. It's only when we have told you to back off and you don't do it. And we've stated to you, get back off. And you don't do it. When you come to us and you put your hands on us like you want to take us down, that's when we'll stand guard. So whoever's out there that's trying to investigate this, investigate it fully. And those who need to be taken down, take them down, regardless of who, what, how, when, and why, and of what race they may be. Take them down. We are so against number 47 and what he's doing. But then we're doing the same thing that he wants us to do. Take them down. Now, this is all I have to say. You either accept it, reject it, or leave it alone. And I will say again, everyone who is listening to this video, this tape, this talk, you have the power. Use your power in the most constructive way. Your power wasn't given to you for you to use meaningless. We, the resistance saying, we give you peace, love, and most of all, purpose. We extend power for you to use constructively. This is Billy Ariel, Real Life, and the Resistance Team. Until the next time.